Hello friends, welcome back to series of lecture. This is the 50th lecture of the series of Indian Evidence Act. In this lecture we would start with dying declaration, topic dying declaration, that is 32 clause 1. So take out 32 clause 1. So they are saying when the statement is made by a person as to the cause of his death, when the statement is made by a person as to the cause of death, as to the cause of death they are saying मृत्यु का कारण, or as to any of the circumstances of the transaction which resulted in his death. Means there is a transaction which took place, and at the end of the transaction ultimately he dies, and he gave any statement regarding any part of that transaction. एंड ऑब्वियसली उस पार्ट ऑफ ट्रांजैक्शन के लिए स्टेटमेंट कब देगा? मरने से पहले ही तो देगा, इंजरी के पहले देगा। लेकिन मान लो इंजरी हो गई और उसके बाद मरा हो, तो इंजरी के बाद अगर वो कारण बताता, डेथ का कॉज ऑफ डेथ बताता, सो दैट विल फॉल अंडर द फर्स्ट पार्ट। एंड दिस ट्रांजैक्शन वाला पार्ट इज अ ब्रॉड थिंग। ट्रांजैक्शन will take some period of time. So you may have expect some fact with regarding one of the aspects of the transaction, or you may have directly stated that this is who caused me the injury. तो इस पे आएंगे अभी वापस. Read it once again. When the statement is made by a person as to the cause of his death, or as to any of the circumstances of the transaction which resulted in his death, in cases in which the cause of that person's death comes into question. अब क्वेश्चन है आपसे कि ये सिविल में लगेगा या क्रिमिनल में लगेगा डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन. अब ये याद रखना, कन्फेशन अप्लाइज ओनली इन द क्रिमिनल केसेस. एडमिशंस अपार्ट फ्रॉम द कन्फेशन applies both in civil and criminal cases, and dying declaration also applies in both civil and criminal. Dying declaration is also applies in both civil and criminal cases. अब आगे बढ़ो. Cases in which the cause of death comes into question. Such statements are relevant whether the person who made them was or was not at the time when they were made under expectation of death, and whatever may be the nature of the proceeding in which the cause of his death comes into question. So that makes it clear, this part, whatever may be the nature of the proceedings, it means it is either civil or criminal proceeding, whatever may be the nature of proceedings. और उसके पहले ये कह रहे हैं such statements are relevant whether the person who made them was or was not at the time when they were made under expectation of death. Means अगर आपको पता है कि I will die, I am about to die, and then you make the statement, या फिर आपको पता नहीं है कि मैं मरने वाला हूँ, you do not know that you are going to die because of the injury, and then you make the statement, but ultimately you die because of that injury. आपको पता नहीं है कि मैं इस इंजरी से मरने वाला हूँ, तब आपने स्टेटमेंट किया, पर स्टेटमेंट करने के बाद अल्टीमेटली आप मर जाते हो. So you know it that I am about to die, or you do not know it, that does not make any difference in India. If you know it that I am about to die, then also it is a dying declaration, and if you do not know it that I am about to die, then also it is a dying declaration. But in England, if the person does not know that I am about to die, then his statement will not be considered to be a dying declaration. इंग्लैंड में जरूरी है कि जिसने डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन दिया है उसे डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन देते समय पता होना चाहिए that because of this injury I am about to die. In India that rule is not applicable. In India, even if you don't know that I am going to die because of this injury, then also it will be considered to be a dying declaration. You see, what you have to read in dying declaration is एक तो आपको डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन का बेसिस समझना होगा, नेसेसिटी एक्सेट्रा, देन यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस ट्रांजैक्शन। व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय द ट्रांजैक्शन वो पकाला नारायण स्वामी केस में डिस्कस करना होगा। देन थर्ड थिंग यू हैव टू डिस्कस इज द एविडेंशियल वैल्यू ऑफ अ डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन। उसके लिए यू मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय परफेक्ट डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन। परफेक्ट डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन किसको माना जाएगा, दैट वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड। और परफेक्ट डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन जब आप समझ जाओगे उसके बाद यू विल सी कि अगर उसमें कुछ डिफेक्ट है, परफेक्ट वाले में अगर कुछ डिफेक्ट है, देन व्हाट विल बी द इफेक्ट अपॉन द एविडेंशियल वैल्यू ऑफ द डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन। If the defect can be explained, then the value cannot be diminished. But if the defect cannot be explained, then the value can be diminished. अगर डिफेक्ट को एक्सप्लेन कर दिया तो वैल्यू डिमिनिश नहीं होगी, कम नहीं होगी, और अगर डिफेक्ट को एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर पाए तो वैल्यू उसकी कम हो जाएगी। अब डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन कैन बी ओरल एंड रिटन ऑल्सो। इधर ही हम वी वुड टॉक अबाउट सो मेनी थिंग्स, the correction made in dying declaration. If there is a correction made in the dying declaration, then what will be the effect upon the value? Then if there is a translation, you spoke in Tamil and I wrote in Hindi, there was a translation of your dying declaration, then what is the evidentiary value? And there is a doubt regarding the translation. Then if there are multiple dying declaration, एक ही व्यक्ति ने मरने के बाद 4 dying declaration किया है, सॉरी मरने से पहले चार डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन किया है, एंड देयर इज इनकंसिस्टेंसी बिटवीन टू ऑफ देम, देन विच वन बी यूज्ड बाय द प्रोसिक्यूशन। तो उसी के तरीके छोटे छोटे पॉइंट्स हैं कि डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन करने वाला व्यक्ति शुड बी इन फिट पोजीशन ऑफ इन फिट स्टेट ऑफ ओरिएंटेशन एंड डिस्पोजिशन। जब उसने डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन रिकॉर्ड करवाया उस समय ही शुड बी इन ए फिट स्टेट ऑफ ओरिएंटेशन एंड डिस्पोजिशन। तो उस पे अगर कुछ डाउट्स हैं तो देन व्हाट विल बी द वैल्यू ऑफ द डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन। सो इन दैट वेज यू हैव सो मेनी पॉइंट्स वी हैव टू डिस्कस, एंड सिंस दिस इज अ टॉपिक अपॉन विच दे आस्क्ड अप्लाइड क्वेश्चंस, इस पर थ्योरेटिकल तो कम पूछा जाता है, ज़्यादातर अप्लाइड क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है और जजमेंट राइटिंग पूछा जाता है। सो इस वजह से हम पहले बेसिस करेंगे डिस्कस, फिर ट्रांजैक्शन से रिलेटेड पॉइंट पकाला नारायण स्वामी केस, उसके बाद एविडेंशियल वैल्यू एंड द बेस्ट डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन एंड द रिलेटेड थिंग्स, और एक दो केसेस डिस्कस करेंगे। सो दैट इज व्हाट ब्रॉडली वी हैव टू डिस्कस इन दिस डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन। सो रीड वंस अगेन। When the statement is made by a person as to the cause of his death or as to any of the circumstances of the transaction which resulted in his death, in cases in which the cause of that person's death comes into question. So they are talking about two things. One is a statement made by the person as to cause of his death. यहाँ पे डायरेक्टली बोल रहा है as to cause of his death, as to the cause of his death, लेकिन उसके बाद बोल रहा है or as to any of the circumstances of the transaction which resulted in his death, in cases in which the cause of that person's death comes into question. Means cause of that person's death is a relevant fact. Cause of that person's death is a relevant fact. In that case, the statement regarding his cause of death or statement regarding the transaction. Statement regarding the cause of death, his cause of death, or relating to circumstance, transaction. Relating to or transaction का any circumstance of the transaction. So either the statement is regarding any circumstance of the transaction which ultimately resulted into his death, or directly a statement regarding the injury, that is regarding to the cause of death. So either of these statements will be a dying declaration. And further they are saying such statements are relevant whether the person who made them was or was not at the time when they were made under expectation of death, and whatever may be the nature of the proceedings in which the cause of his death comes into question. Now here they are saying that suppose A is a victim. Now A when he make the statement, now he may have known, he knew that he is about to die. He knew that he is about to die, or he did not know. मतलब उस इंजरी से मैं मरने वाला हूँ यह उसको नहीं पता था. ट्रांजैक्शन का जो स्टेटमेंट दिया था, he does not know that I am about to die. ट्रांजैक्शन का भी स्टेटमेंट आएगा ना, he don't know that I am about to die, or maybe he knew that I am about to die. So either ways it will be a case of dying declaration. In English, in England, the rule is that in order to amount to dying declaration, you should have known that you have about to die. But in India, if the person don't know, then also it will amount to dying declaration. तो इसमें हमको डिस्कस करना है, one is the basis of making dying declaration relevant, second is transaction part, and third is dying declaration in the form of evidence. So evidentiary value you can say, or what are the requirements of a perfect dying declaration, and then come to defect and how to interpret that defect. So that is the main point. First of all discuss basis. इसमें 2 पॉइंट लिखना है, आप लिख लीजिए. The first point is doctrine of necessity. इसमें देखो पहले तो आप this rule apply both in India and England. This rule applies both in India and England. Next sentence लिखो. The person who has died is the best source to tell the cause of his injury. Since he is already dead, it becomes necessary to admit his statement regarding the cause of his death. So that is quite common sense, that as to who will tell you that why he was died. Now apart from the witness can always tell you, but he himself, a person who is killed, so he can be a person who can told you as to why did he die. But he is not available, he is dead, and before his death he made a statement, and that was a spontaneous statement about the reason of his death or about the reason of his injury. And obviously out of necessity you admit that because you don't have any option, because you cannot bring the dead person to give the evidence, and therefore you have to take his statement as a piece of evidence. Now दूसरा पॉइंट लिखो आप इसमें, मैक्सिम एक, नीमो मॉरिटरस प्रिजमीटर MORITURUS PREASUMITUR, नीमो मॉरिटरस प्रिजमीटर. इसका मीनिंग लिखिए, no person will die with a lie in his lips. No person will die with a lie in his lips. मतलब मरने वाला झूठ नहीं बोलेगा. So the general presumption is that a person who is about to die will not speak a lie about the fact or circumstance because he knows that I am going to die. तो यहाँ पर धारणा ये है इंडिया में कि लाइफ टाइम झूठ बोलूँगा मैं, चाहे मैं लाइफ टाइम झूठ बोलूँ पर मरते टाइम झूठ नहीं बोलूँगा. If I will tell lie at the dying stage, it will be a great sin. Therefore, a person will not tell a lie at that time. And a person who is dying is always interested in getting the culprit be punished, and therefore he can always tell about his injury. This rule applies only when the person knows that I am about to die. उसको पता है कि मैं मरने वाला हूँ, तभी तो ये रूल no person will die with a lie in his lips लगेगा. He knows that I am about to die. He knows that I shall not speak a lie because I am going to die. अब इंडिया में there are two conditions. A person who knows that I am about to die, his statement also a dying declaration, and a person who does not know that I am about to die, his statement is also a dying declaration. So in that sense, in India, in those cases where the person knew that I am about to die, there this maxim will apply. But in those cases where he did not know, there this maxim will not apply. So in India, this maxim not essentially apply. It will not essentially apply in India, but in England it is must. इसको भी लिख लीजिए आप. Write down. In India, since it is not required that a person should know that he is about to die, the above maxim is not essential in India. But in England, it is essential, necessary. But in England, it is essential. Full stop. In India, in those cases wherein the person knew that he is about to die, the above maxim will be applicable. Now, suppose a person is injured, but he did not die. मरा नहीं, वो बच गया. लेकिन इंजरी के बाद उसने एक डिक्लेरेशन दिया था. Injury के बाद he make a statement declaration which would be a dying declaration if he died. Since he is not died, dead, so it is not a dying declaration. अब what is the use of that statement? उस statement का क्या use होगा? Listen it carefully. Suppose A today make a statement that B have stabbed me. B has stabbed me. अब later on in the court, अब A did not die. अब later on A will appear into the court as a witness, as a victim. अब he will say that B has stabbed me. What is the use of this previous statement? So it can be used for the corroboration under section 157 of the CRPC, Indian Evidence Act. So in the CRPC, when the trial starts, the procedure will be followed, and when he appears as a victim and the prosecution would make him a witness, and this statement earlier, before his injury, that was made before the starting of the trial in the as per CRPC. But later on, when the witness he appears as a witness into the court, he gave evidence into the court in the trial. Then his previous statement, which is same as of this, can be used for the corroboration under 157 of the Indian Evidence Act. लेकिन मान लो पहले उसने कुछ और कहा था स्टेटमेंट में, अर्लियर बिफोर द ट्रायल, एंड अब कुछ कह रहा है, इंजरी के बाद कुछ कहा था और अब कुछ कह रहा है. द प्रीवियस स्टेटमेंट हियर can be used to contradict the victim, and similarly it will be used to impeach his credit. Similarly, his previous statement can be used even as an admission. If he has said earlier, A has said earlier that B has stabbed me, और कोर्ट में खड़े होकर कहता है C ने स्टैब किया, कोर्ट में खड़े होकर कहता है C has stabbed me, then his previous statement can be used for contradicting, and previous statement can be used as an admission also, relevant under section 21. तो इसको लिख लो एक सेंटेंस. if a person who was injured made a statement regarding the cause of injury, but ultimately he did not die, here the previous statement can be used as an admission under section 21 of Evidence Act, or for corroboration under section 157 of Indian Evidence Act, or for contradiction under section 145 of Evidence Act. अब कॉन्ट्राडिक्शन तभी होगा जब प्रीवियस स्टेटमेंट रिकॉर्डेड फॉर्म में होगा, तो इसको ब्रैकेट में लिख लेना. contradiction will be done only when it is in recorded form. Statement will be in recorded form. For contradiction under section 145 of the Indian Evidence Act, or for impeaching the credit of a witness, impeaching the credit of victim witness as a witness, victim as a witness under section 155 clause 3 of Evidence Act. Now the next issue is transaction. एक बार ट्रांजैक्शन वाला पार्ट पढ़ो, ट्रांजैक्शन वाला पार्ट. When the statement is made, when the statement is made by a person, इस पार्ट को छोड़ दो, as to any of the circumstances, as to any of the circumstances, when the statement is made by a person as to any of the circumstances of the transaction which resulted in his death. Now here you see what we are presuming is, and this is the second part, जो ट्रांजैक्शन के बाद वाला है उसको तो सारे स्टूडेंट्स बता देते हैं, बट इसको वही बता पाएगा जो समझेगा. अब देखो ट्रांजैक्शन में देयर इज अ सीरीज ऑफ इवेंट्स एंड अल्टीमेटली दैट रिजल्ट इनटू अ डेथ. अब जो इंजरी है वो मान लो इधर कॉज हुई. जब आप इंजरी होने के बाद कोई स्टेटमेंट देते हो, तब तो वो पहले पार्ट में आ जाएगी, काउज ऑफ डेथ. इंजरी काउज होने के बाद आप स्टेटमेंट देते हो किसने इंजरी किया. आफ्टर द काउजेशन ऑफ इंजरी यू कैन मेक अ स्टेटमेंट एज टू हु काउज द इंजरी. देन इट विल फॉल इन द फर्स्ट पार्ट, दैट इज काउज ऑफ डेथ. बट व्हेन यू से ट्रांजैक्शन, जो ट्रांजैक्शन गेट्स स्टार्टेड हेयर, समथिंग हैपन, कोई जड़ तो कहीं से शुरू हुई होंगी. आफ्टर दैट समथिंग एल्स हैपन, फिर उसके बाद कुछ और हुआ, एंड सो फोर्थ, एंड अल्टीमेटली द पर्सन डाइड. अब हो सकता है इंजरी काउज होने के बाद का उसका कोई स्टेटमेंट है ही नहीं. व्हेन ही वाज स्टैब्ड, गिवन पॉइजन और शॉट, whatever, after that he could not make any statement, he died. But before being shot, before being stabbed, there was a series of events which had happened, and he had made a statement in between to someone regarding one or more of these incidents. Regarding one or more of these incidents. Of that statement is regarding of what? One of the fact, one of the circumstances in the transaction, that will be considered to be a dying declaration. उसका evidence value will be very less. Now I give you an example. Suppose A goes to the office. Now afternoon at every day at 1:30 he goes home for his lunch. Afternoon every day at 1:30 he goes for lunch. Of that day around 1 o'clock he called up his wife. That today I will not come for lunch. My friend B has invited me for lunch at his home, and therefore I am going together with him in his car. और उसने क्या कहा? I am not coming for lunch. My friend called me, he invited me to his home, and he sent me a car to pick me, and I am going to his home. इतना ही बोला उसने. अब later on his dead body was found somewhere in the evening, and it was found that he was poisoned. जहर खाकर मरा वो. अब देखो इसमें इंसिडेंट क्या क्या हुए हैं. सबसे पहले देयर मे बी अ फोन बाई B to A कि तुम आओ मेरे घर पे खाना खाने. A would have accepted that. Then B would have sent his car to take A. Then he leave to the car for the house of B, and there maybe he had food, and in the food there was poison, and because of the poison he died. उसका डेथ यहाँ पर हुआ. That is a series of events and entire thing is a transaction. उसका फ़ोन करना, आपका एक्सेप्ट करना, उसका गाड़ी भेजना, आपका उसी गाड़ी में बैठकर उसके घर जाना और फिर उसके घर में खाना खाना जहर वाला और फिर मर जाना. Is it not a transaction? What has he done? Somewhere here in the car he makes a phone call, and he makes a phone call to his wife W, and he makes a statement regarding the invitation that is given by B, and regarding this circumstance he made a phone call that I have invited by B, and I accepted that invitation, and he sent me to pick me the car, and I am going in his car to his house. अब उसने फोन पर जो स्टेटमेंट दिया, इज इट नॉट अबाउट प्री सर्कमस्टेंसेस ऑफ द ट्रांजैक्शन. प्री सर्कमस्टेंसेस मीन्स व्हाट? प्री फैक्ट्स ऑफ द ट्रांजैक्शन. सो देयर हैज टू बी अ ट्रांजैक्शन which ultimately results into the death. Now after the injury he could not make the statement, but before the injury, when the transaction starts, after that certain events could happen, and he makes the statement to someone on phone or by letter, whatever, that so and so circumstances are there. Now he is not apprehending that I am about to die. He is not apprehending. He is simply going to his house, B's house, for lunch, and he tells this to his wife. So this statement he makes on phone to his wife, that will be considered to be a dying declaration, because it is this transaction which resulted into his death. तो कभी भी कोई ऐसी घटना हो जिसमें सीरीज में इवेंट्स हो रहे हैं और उन इवेंट्स के एंड में उस व्यक्ति की डेथ हो जाए, और उस व्यक्ति ने उसी बीच में इंजरी के पहले जो ट्रांजैक्शन हुआ है, कुछ इंसिडेंट हुए हैं, उसी के बारे में किसी व्यक्ति को स्टेटमेंट करता है, then that is also considered to be a dying declaration. Now here he is not saying that I am about to die. He is not even suspecting that he is going to die. He is not even suspecting someone. ना तो उसको ये पता मैं मरने वाला हूँ, ना वो किसी पे सस्पेक्ट कर रहा. He is simply saying that I am going to his house. He invited me. I am going to his house. He sent his car to pick me, and I am in his car, sitting in his car, going to his house. I am on the way. So this event of call me up, sending off the car, and sitting in the car and going to his house. These three things are the three incident in the transaction, and they will be considered to be a dying declaration. That statement will be considered to be a dying declaration. But since it is not about the cause of injury, so the evidentiary value of the statement, that dying declaration, would be very feeble. But not as feeble as of character evidence and all, will be thoda sa strong, but not as strong as normal dying declaration, not as strong as the normal dying declaration about the injury. तो इसके बेसिस पर आप कन्विक्शन नहीं कर सकते. अदर सर्कमस्टेंशियल एविडेंसेस अगर स्ट्रॉन्ग है, then this can be used to convict, but it is a substantive evidence, it is a good evidence, but not as strong as other dying declaration. अब इसी पे एक केस डिस्कस करेंगे पकाला नारायण स्वामी, और क्लियर हो जाएगा, लेकिन उससे पहले लिख लो आप इस पर. राइट डाउन. In a particular case, the death may be caused by certain events taking place in a transaction. Death may be caused by certain events taking place in a transaction. The death was caused at the end of transaction. In such case, the victim may have made a statement regarding some event or incident in that transaction. Such statement regarding those events will be called dying declaration here. Will be called dying declaration here, provided that the events were a part of that transaction which resulted into the death of the person. So this is an important point कि जो स्टेटमेंट है वो किसी इंसिडेंट के बारे में होना चाहिए, किसी सर्कमस्टेंस या किसी इवेंट के बारे में होना चाहिए। अब मान लो मरने वाला ये कहता है, कुछ और नहीं कहता, बस ये कहता है कि मुझे शक है कि ये मेरा मर्डर करेगा। अब यहाँ पर जो उसने स्टेटमेंट दिया है वो किसी इंसिडेंट की बात नहीं कर रहा, वो अपना शक व्यक्त कर रहा है। आई एम सस्पिशियस that A may kill me. So he is not talking about any circumstance, incident or event. He is simply expressing his suspicion. That will not be a dying declaration. In this transaction, for a dying declaration के लिए it should be a clear declaration about some incident that has taken place. If it simply makes a declaration that I suspect someone, that cannot be considered to be a dying declaration. So write down, it is important here that the statement should be about some event, that has happened, and it should not be a mere declaration of suspicion. It is important here that the statement should be about some event that has happened and it should not be a mere declaration of suspicion. So आप सिर्फ ये कहते हो कि I suspect that ये मेरा मर्डर करेगा, so that is not a statement about some circumstance. अब सपोज आप ये कहते हो कि ए मेरा पीछा कर रहा है, इन ए ट्रांजैक्शन यू सेड दैट ए इज चेजिंग मी। अब पीछा करना इज अ इंसिडेंट, उसका डिक्लेरेशन है, ये स्टेटमेंट उसका डिक्लेरेशन है एक इंसिडेंट का, सो दैट इज अ डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन। बट इफ यू से दैट आई सस्पिशियस कि ए मेरा मर्डर करेगा, देन दैट इज नॉट अ डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन बिकॉज इट डज नॉट अमाउंट एन इंसिडेंट। अब सपोज कोई बोले कि ए मेरे आसपास घूमता रहता है, दैट इज अ डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन। या बोलता है कि ए ने मेरे घर में आने की कोशिश की, दैट इज अ डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन। ए मुझे बार बार धमकी देता है, दैट इज अ डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन, अगर वो ट्रांजैक्शन का पार्ट है तो। लेकिन अगर आप कहते हो कि ए पर मुझे शक है कि वो मुझे मारेगा, सिर्फ शक, कोई इंसिडेंट नहीं बता रहे हो आप, देन दैट इज नॉट अ डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन। मीन्स स्टेटमेंट शुड बी इन with regard to some incident or event. अब एक केस लिखिए आप, राइट डाउन, पकाला नारायण स्वामी, पकला नारायण स्वामी वर्सेस द किंग एम्परर 1939 प्रिवी काउंसिल। Lord Atkin has given the judgment. Lord Atkin, ATKIN. That is a very strong case. In this case, what happened was, there was this victim A. He had given a loan to lady, and the loan amount is 3,000. And at that time, 1939, it was very heavy amount. 3,000 is very big amount, and rate of interest is 80% per annum. But that is not relevant for us. वो लोन लिया था 1936 में, 1936 में लोन लिया था, और ये लोन वापस नहीं कर रही थी. शी इज नॉट गिविंग बैक हिज मनी. One fine day, this man receives a letter. He receives a letter from the lady. Now suppose lady was W and H is his husband. The W married to H, and these two were the accused. Now this Lady W had written the letter to A, and she was living in a different city, that is Behrampur. उसने ए को इनवाइट किया कि तुम आओ अपने पैसे ले जाओ. So she wrote a letter and invited A to come and take the money. अब after the letter, this A told his wife W1. And W write a letter and invited A to come and take the money. Then after the letter, this A told to his wife W1. A told to his wife, suppose A's wife is W1. So A told to W1 that I received the letter, and he showed the letter to her also, that I have received the letter and I am going to get my money. So the day he received the letter, he told his wife on 23rd March. Sorry, on 20th March he told to his wife. तो 20 मार्च को उसने अपनी वाइफ को बोला. एंड ऑन 21st March ही बोर्डेड अ ट्रेन फॉर बहरामपुर. अब उस समय कोई टेलीफोन मोबाइल वगैरह तो रहता नहीं था. आफ्टर दैट ही डिड नॉट कम बैक. ऑन 23rd March in a train a trunk was found, and in that trunk the dead body of this man was found. वो ट्रेन दहरामपुर से चला था. He had gone to Dehrampur. On 23rd, the dead body was found in pieces in the trunk, and thereafter his wife was informed, and his wife told that he had gone to Dehrampur. उसने बताया कि किसके पास गया था. So the police team goes to that place, to the house of H&W. और जब H&W से पूछा गया that had he come to your house, then they admitted both to the police that he came to the house on the 21st, and he stayed overnight on 21st, and on 22nd morning he left. Means they gave him money and on 22nd he left. So they have admitted that he came to their, so they admitted that victim came to their house. First fact. The second important fact was that on searching the house, in the back room of the house, the room inside the house, inner room of the house, तो उस समय तो मिट्टी की फर्श वगैरह रहते थे. So they found that mud was loose, and when they dug there, they found there that certain clothes which were half burnt, certain pieces of rag which was half burnt, that was buried inside. उसको जलाया था पर पूरी तरह से जला नहीं था. So that they have buried inside the mud. It was not कपड़ा, it was not dress, it was some piece of rag, कपड़े का टुकड़ा जिससे ब्लड साफ किया गया था, और उसको जलाकर उन्होंने वहीं रख दिया. अब दे कुड नॉट एक्सप्लेन अबाउट दैट. अब उन्होंने बताया कि किसी का ब्लड है वैसी. फिर क्वेश्चन उठा कि तुमने उसको फिर दफनाया क्यों? वाई डू यू बरीड दैट एंड दैट टू इनसाइड द रूम? एंड देन दे फर्दर सर्च्ड दैट द ट्रंक विच वॉज डिस्कवर्ड, in which the dead body was discovered, that trunk has been proved to be made by a person in the same city, and he gave the evidence that X has got the trunk made, H has got the trunk made. Rather, he also said that the H has taken the trunk, but the trunk was small, so he changed the trunk because he want a bigger trunk. And there was a Dhobi who also identified that this trunk was got made by H. Plus the जिप्सा ड्राइवर, जो हाथ गाड़ी होती है, कलकत्ता में हाथ से खींच के ले जाते हैं, तो रिक्शा ड्राइवर, he gave the evidence that in the morning H has called me to take the trunk to the railway station, and he asked me to drop the trunk at the railway platform. And when I picked up the trunk, it was very heavy and I was unable to pick that alone. तो बहुत भारी ट्रंक था और उसने ट्रंक को पहचाना भी कि इट वॉज द ट्रंक. अब बताइए इतने एविडेंसेस पर कन्विक्शन करोगे कि नहीं करोगे? उसी के घर में पीसेस ऑफ हैक, हाफ बर्न्ड, बरीड. नंबर 1, no explanation for that. Then admitting the fact that he has came to his house and stayed there. Then the trunk was made by him, and A smaller trunk was not sufficient, so he need a bigger trunk, and the persons identifying the trunk. And from the same platform, the trunk was made in the compartment. And on the next station, the trunk was discovered with the dead body. Plus, they are also having motive because they have taken money and not want to return him. Because 3000 rupees with 18% per annum interest rate is very high in those days. So therefore, they are having the motive also to not to return the money. So all these facts together, coupled with the dying declaration, is sufficient enough to convict the accused. And what was the dying declaration here? अब इधर आप transaction देखो. Where did the transaction start? Writing of letter by W, then receiving of letter by A. Writing of letter by W, receiving of letter by A, then A boarding to the train. Before that, showing the letter to his wife, then boarding to the train, then going to his house. Maybe in the night, we don't know, and night he stayed there and having dinner, and then being killed. अब ये जो सोइंग वाला पार्ट है, सोइंग द लेटर टू हिज वाइफ, इसी को आप स्टेटमेंट मान लो. ही हैड मेड अ स्टेटमेंट व्हाट, और प्लस उसने बोला भी है that I have received a letter and I am going to their house for collecting the money. So receiving of the letter is a part of transaction. He has made a statement about receiving the letter. Plus I am going to board the train to go to W's house. So he has made the statement regarding these two circumstances, and that is a part of the transaction. And therefore that is a dying declaration. But that is not as used as evidentiary piece, but obviously the other circumstantial evidences are strong enough, and coupled with that the dying declaration that I am going to their house, that is good enough. Coupled with the dying declaration that I am going to their house is good enough, and therefore that will be considered to be a dying declaration, and which are sufficient for conviction. Write down a sentence upon this. Here, the statement that I have received the letter from W and that I am going to her house to collect the money is a statement regarding the circumstances of the transaction, and therefore it will constitute the dying declaration and will be relevant coupled with the other circumstantial evidences. It is sufficient to get the accused convicted. तो ये ट्रांजैक्शन समझ में आया कि नहीं आया आपको? सो दिस पॉइंट ऑफ ट्रांजैक्शन इज ओवर. इसके इसमें ये पॉइंट है, इसको लिख लेना. अब नेक्स्ट यू हैव टू सी डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन एज अ पीस ऑफ एविडेंस या एविडेंस की वैल्यू ऑफ डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन. अब डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन कैन बी ओरल ऑल्सो and it can be written also. Dying declaration can be oral also and written also. Oral means what? The person who has died made the statement to some other person. The person who has died, he had made orally some statements to some other person regarding the transaction maybe, or regarding the cause of injury, either ways. So that is the dying declaration which was made orally. That is a dying declaration which was made orally either regarding the cause of death, or regarding the transaction, circumstances of the transaction. Now oral dying declaration, and then how it will be proved? By the testimony of the witness, and he will be subjected to the cross-examination, etc., etc. Then it will be proved. And it is nowhere required that as a matter of compulsive rule that the dying declaration should be recorded. It can be oral also. It is not compulsory to have a dying declaration recorded, as the confession has to be recorded before the magistrate. It is compulsory. 164 CRPC। वैसा डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन के लिए ऐसा कोई हार्ड फास्ट रूल नहीं है कि आप इसको रिकॉर्डेड फॉर्म में ही प्रूव करोगे। सो इट इज़ नॉट required as a matter of rule that dying declaration should be in a written form only. So it can be oral also, it can be writing also, in writing also. But the written dying declaration is considered to be a better piece of evidence. So what we have to discuss is certain points regarding the written dying declaration. Because best dying declaration होगा जो that should be in written form and recorded in a question answer form etc. तो उस एक एक पॉइंट को लिख लेते हैं हम. So write down the points upon the written dying declaration one by one. First of all, write the points and then later on we would discuss each point in details. Write down the first point. It should be recorded in the same language. It should be recorded in the same language in which it was spoken, and if it was translated, then the translation should be proved to be proper. And if it was translated, then the translation should be proved to be proper. First of all, write down the points only. इनको डिटेल्स में हम बाद में डिस्कस में करेंगे. Now write down the second point. Then next point लिखो. Second point, the victim should have been in a fit state of orientation and disposition. Third point, the time and date of recording should be properly mentioned. And fourth point, the dying declaration should be signed by the victim. इसमें थंब इम्प्रेशन भी आएगा लेकिन बाद में डिस्कस करेंगे इसको. Then next, it should be recorded in the question answer form. It should be recorded in the question answer form. Then the chances of tutoring shall be examined. The chances of tutoring shall be examined. Tutor मतलब सिखाना. Chances of tutoring shall be examined. Then next is what should be the approach in the cases of several dying declaration. अगर एक ही व्यक्ति ने कई सारे dying declaration दे दिया, then what should be the approach. एक ही व्यक्ति ने बहुत सारे dying declaration दे दिया, then what should be the approach. Then next is dying declaration should be coherent in itself. Dying declaration should be coherent in itself मतलब internal contradiction नहीं होना चाहिए. Then next point, ninth, the evidentiary value of a dying declaration made in the cases of 90 to 95 burns, major injuries at the time of dying declaration. Major injuries मतलब जैसे किसी का गला काट रखा है. Burns मतलब जो जलने वाले केसेस होते हैं उसमें. तो burns है 95% तक. ये मेजर इंजरीज है, गला वाला कट रहा है, तो उसमें कैसे लेंगे डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन. देन नेक्स्ट पॉइंट वी हैव टू डिस्कस इज डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन बाय गेस्चर्स. इशारों में क्या डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन हो सकता है. डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन बाय गेस्चर्स. देन नेक्स्ट पॉइंट वी हैव टू डिस्कस इज इनकम्प्लीट डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन. देन द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज कैन डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन बी अ सोल बेसिस ऑफ कन्विक्शन. ये डिस्कस करना है हमको. फिर उसके बाद एक पॉइंट और डिस्कस करना, कैन ए सुसाइड नोट बी अ डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन. तो कैन ए सुसाइड नोट बी अ डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन, यस और नो. यस, इट कैन बी ए डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन. सुसाइड नोट कैन बी अ डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन. कागज पे लिख के रख दो, दीवार पे लिख दो, फेसबुक पर लिख दो, व्हाट्सएप पर लिख दो, अपनी आवाज़ से रिकॉर्ड कर लो. तो किसी भी तरीके से, जैसे किसी ने दीवार पे लिख दिया कि मैं इस वजह से मर रहा हूँ, किसी को एड्रेस नहीं किया, किसी का नाम नहीं लिखा, दैट इज ऑल्सो डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन. So it is not necessary that dying declaration should be in the form of suicide note only. It should be communicated to someone. अब जैसे एक सुसाइड नोट, एक केस याद होगा आप, गीतिका शर्मा का केस, गीतिका सुसाइड. तो आप गूगल पे भी अगर सर्च करोगे गीतिका सुसाइड नोट 2012 का केस है, तो आपको ये सुसाइड नोट अवेलेबल है ऑन गूगल ऑल्सो इन पिक्चर्स. तो इट वाज रिटन इन दिस. गोपाल गोयल कांडा के बारे में है. But Gopal Goyal is a fraud. He always keep his bad intention towards the girls. He is a man of no shame and no guilt. He always takes advantage of others. He has illegal relationship with a woman named Hyde and a girl child also with her. Still he keep on girls, bad eye on girls. He is a shameless and worst man and have so in my life in the name of the relationship trust God cheats him. So in the name of relationship trust God he cheats people and harass so and so etc. Now this Aruna is also helping him etc. My biggest mistake, I trusted him, which was now costing my life. I will never ever forgive them. They are the one who have separated today from my mom, dad. I hate these two. So it was 2 pages suicide note. Then she wrote, I am ending myself today because I am shattered inside. My trust has been broken and I am being cheated. Two people responsible for my death is Aruna Chadda and the Gopal Goyal Kanda. Both of them have broken my trust and misused me for their own benefits. They have ruined my life and now they are trying to sabotage, sabotage my family members. My family is very innocent. Arna and Gopal Goyal are liars, cheaters, and crook. They can hurt and ruin anyone for their own purpose. I have forgiven them number of times, but it was my biggest mistake. Gopal Goyal before also did hurt me and my family, but we still forgive him. But he again misused our innocence and trust. He is a cheat and a fraud man. These two should be punished for their wrong deed and malicious intention towards me and my family. They have made my life abnormal. I love my mom, dad and my भाई. Then signed this. उसके बाद उसने ये साइन कर दिया, डेट वेट डाल दी 4/8/2012 एंड सी साइंड बोथ द पेजेस. अब इस नोट में किसी का नाम नहीं लिखा गया था कि किसके नाम पर ये दे रहे हैं. उसने लिखा है ये नोट, सीधा ये लिखा सुसाइड नोट ऊपर. एंड शी वॉज राइटिंग आई एम एंडिंग माई सेल्फ टूडे बिकॉज आई एम सैटर्ड. सो इट इज अ डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन सुसाइड नोट. अब दिस इज अ सुसाइड नोट. अगर वो चाहती तो और भी लिख सकती थी. अब दिस इज नॉट द प्रूफ दैट गोपाल गोयल कांडा हैज done wrong to her. It was just a piece of evidence like other evidences. अब ये वैसा डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन नहीं है जिसके सोल बेसिस पे आप कन्विक्शन कर दो. There should have to be other strong circumstantial evidences with it to convict the accused. वो डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन अलग होता है जिसमें जुडिशियल मजिस्ट्रेट या एग्जीक्यूटिव मजिस्ट्रेट प्रॉपर क्वेश्चन आंसर फॉर्म में रिकॉर्ड करता है. So that dying declaration could be a sole basis of conviction. It is a suicide note. It will be a dying declaration, no doubts. She is writing that I am dying because of them. उन्होंने मेरी लाइफ खराब किया etc. But she is not writing exactly what they have done. If she writes exactly what they have done and that if that thing will corroborate with the other circumstantial evidences, then this may be a stronger piece of dying declaration. But any case, it is a dying declaration and it is admissible in the case, but evidentiary value is comparatively lesser. She is simply writing that I am dying because of them. But ये अबैटमेंट टू सुसाइड का केस हुआ. अब उन्होंने अबैटमेंट टू सुसाइड किया है कि नहीं. अब आज तो ये लिख रहे हैं कि मैं उनकी वजह से मर रही हूँ, लेकिन उन्होंने किया क्या है एग्जैक्टली जिसकी वजह से आप मर रहे हो. अब मान लो ए का बी से झगड़ा हो जाए और ए आत्महत्या कर ले. ए का बी से झगड़ा हो जाए और ए आत्महत्या कर ले और झगड़े की वजह से वो लिख दे उसमें सुसाइड नोट में कि उसने ऐसा किया और मैं उसकी वजह से मर रहा हूँ. तो इतना अपने आप में पर्याप्त नहीं होगा. दैट इज नॉट अ स्ट्रॉन्ग पीस ऑफ डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन, बट यस इट इज अ पीस ऑफ डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन. सुसाइड नोट्स आर डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन, but how strong they are, that depends upon how detailed it is written. इसी में अगर if she had written everything and that would be corroborated by the circumstantial evidences, then that would have been a good piece of dying declaration. So ये 13 points we have to discuss for the written dying declaration, which is a good piece of evidence. So that's it for this lecture. We would discuss these points in detail in the next lecture. Thank you.